Welcome in, Detail Devil. How are you today? Hope your Saturday's going as well as mine. I got a steak ordered from my favorite steakhouse for $9.30. Should be pretty good, and we are making some good progress here with the character for once. Like, I'm actually sticking with him, man. Doing good, doing good. As I get into character here, so when last we left our orc Sentinel, he had finished a mission to Vivec.
I have knowledge.
And he and Arvesa had parted ways as she went to report what she knew. So we've been given some time to train. And I gotta tell you, I feel as if I struggled on that last mission. So the plan here is I need to learn from Caius some of the art of speechcraft.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want?
Training. Now, you mentioned Blades trainers, Caius.
These Blades agents offer training, not free, of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for Rithleen, Tyre Malin, and Nine Toes here in Balmora. In Caldera, see Surain Leorian. In Ruhn, see Gildan. Jorvar Horsemouth lives in a hut west of Ruhn, and Ellen and the Scout can be found at Errol's trade house in Seda Neen.
I also know of a few Blades trainers on the mainland if you ever find yourself there. Idra Uvelin lives in Firewatch. You can find Aquilinius at the Ebon Tower in Old Ebonheart. And Dower has a house in Balfoyan. There may be other agents working on the mainland, but these are all you need to know about right now.
Well, at least you can offer some training in speechcraft, and we're going to take you up on that.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else? Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want?
Getting us to 25, I think, opens up persuasion, does it not? Nope, I need to get to 30. Okay. We have some things to sell, so we'll go ahead and we'll take it to 26. That's going to activate another level up, which I don't think we want to do yet. We're going to do more training before we do that. Well, we might not have a choice. It looks like it's time to sleep. Let's sell some equipment off and get some low-level training to try to boost some of those other stats before we sleep. But yeah, very, very excited about tonight's steak. Like, you know what? It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to treat myself. I don't feel like breaking the grill out. Like, let's do it. Let's be fucking lazy this weekend. For once. But other than that, not too bad. Hey, Great Wall, what's going on, buddy? We are loading exterior right now. But other than that, just sitting here playing some Morrowind, waiting on my steak. There we are. We are out for a late night jaunt. We are attempting to get our speechcraft up after struggling mightily in the last mission to persuade people. Parted with more gold than we probably should have had to, so we're gonna get that taken care of. See if we can't get a little better at speech. Great Watson got laid off my job at the end of April, so I'm working on some technical studying to prepare for eventual interviews. What's your field? Well, just so I'm aware, because depending on what your field is, I can check with my company and we may have positions open. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully that gets remedied in fast. But yeah, just let me know if you don't mind. Let me know what your field is, and I can take a look at that situation for you, at least on my end. See if we have any openings. I'd love to help if I can. IT, okay, software engineer, data architect. Yeah, just about any company can use that. So I'll check with our IT.
Do you approach? Revere knows why you are here.
Good old Revere.
You want to buy Revere's famous Daedric weapons.
You seem like an interesting sort. I like this shop. We are going to sell the following. We want to keep that Divine Intervention. We can sell these Scorchers. We don't need those. Unhinging is always useful. Vitality is always pretty useful. We have no use of CV Intervention. Bug Musk always comes in handy. That is going to get me popped because that's dwarven stuff. We can sell this Iron Helmet and this Chain Cuirass, this Silver Dagger. We're going to keep the Common Disease. Don't need Fortify Magicka. Quality Restore Strength's always worth having on hand. If you know, you know. We're going to burn Corpse Preparation eventually, so we're going to keep a hold of that. And we read Progress of Truth, and I'm not interested in keeping that in the library. So there we are. Any help is appreciated, even encouragement at this point. It's the first time being laid off from a job. Yeah, that's... Layoffs and redundancies are never fun, man. Like, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's no fun. So just... But hang it. Did I just get reported for Progress of Truth? Are you kidding me right now? This dude, this shady dude that sells knockoff Daedric weapons, just, you know what? I don't want to do business with you. I'll remember that, Revere. I'm going to remember that. Wow. This shady guy really turned me in.
Welcome to my shop. Here you'll find the best selection of oddments in Bodant.
Wow!
And if you need clothing or potions, we have some of those as well.
For a book! What an asshole. For a book. Yeah, no, that's very tough. Like, that is almost unbelievable, honestly. Wow. Keeping in mind that this is the shady guy that sells knockoff Daedric weapons. Like, that is completely unacceptable. Got more gold from Caius anyway. That is quite offensive, honestly. I'm pretty offended by that. That is incredible. I guess we'll literally have to take those to the smugglers. I guess we'll literally have to.
What, Outlander? Why do you Everyone knows you've got a price on your head. I don't want any trouble.
So we
Just
know these
leave me
shady
alone,
guys will
and
buy
I won't
Wither
call the
stuff.
guards.
No, not max sale. Gosh dang it. He's not going to buy all that for that. All that. Okay. And then this shady guy
Everyone
will
knows
buy
you've
the
got a
book.
price on your head. I don't want any trouble. Just leave me alone, and I won't call the guards.
Yeah, I got a price on my head now because of that. Because of Revere being a dick.
Our door. We
And
rent
I'm not in the
beds.
Thieves
I
Guild,
have
so
some
I have
goods
no
for
real
barter.
way to remove
What do you
that.
want?
Until, like, certain quests. Like, we're going to have to really make use of timing with certain quests now. Unbelievable.
Spit it out or
Everyone
hit the
knows
road.
I
you've
didn't
got a
even know
price
that
on
book
your
was
head.
illegal in
I don't want
Morrowind.
any trouble. Just leave
That
me
is
alone, and I
insane.
won't call the guards.
And now I'm going to get treated like a criminal everywhere I go. What I need to do is I need to go ahead and pay the bounty off. I'm a law-abiding citizen. But to do that, I'm going to need to lay my Dwemer shield down because I'm not losing my Dwemer shield. It's my prized possession right now. So Dwemer bracer, Dwemer shield. This is probably a terrible place to leave that equipment. And we're going to go talk to a guard. Is that all my Dwemer stuff? Is that all the stuff I don't want seized? Okay. The rest, I can give a shit less if it gets seized. If they seize corpse preparation, that's fine. I'm going to burn that book anyway. So now we just need a Halalu guard. Unbelievable.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
You violated the law, Bogrisko Groshog. I didn't even know I was. My apologies, sir. Since you turned yourself in voluntarily, I'll take that into consideration. Pay 135 gold to the court and surrender your stolen goods, or surrender your stolen goods and serve your sentence of hard labor. Deliver the gold immediately, or come with me.
I accept this gold in payment of the fines and compensation ordered by the court. And now you are free to go.
This isn't over between all illegal items were removed. So what was removed? Yeah, it looks like I don't have anything. Yeah, corpse preparation is not illegal. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. But yeah, we're good then. Alright. That's incredible. That is incredible. There are mods for that, but in the original game, no. Closest you get is if you romance a Nasi. You get to sleep there free, and you get to sleep at Caius' house for free. But no, there's no property right off the bat for player characters, but there are mods that add a lot of viable properties, in particular in Tamriel.
We rent beds. I have some goods for barter. What do you want?
So, the answer is yes and no, but in any regard, it takes mods.
Say what you want.
But, I will put some house mods, since they were asked about. I'll put my favorite house mod stuff in the description. Yeah, there's a whole category of mods for house mods that are great. And we need to go to the Fighters Guild and try to train up certain characteristics before the sleep. We'll do some training montage before we go in.
Looking for an equalizer? Something to give you an edge against a superior opponent?
Okay,
When you need
so
to do a
all
lot
that
of
is
damage in a hurry.
Pretty
I'm
steep.
listening.
Also pretty steep. Yeah, our skills are just really, really martial. So it's going to be really hard to find a good price for skills. But we'll see what we got. We'll shop around here.
Hello again.
Hello, old
What
friend.
do you want? You already gave me the Dwemer puzzle box, don't you remember?
I do. That's not why I'm here. Yep. I mean,
I'm listening.
I don't
Hello.
know. Training this character
I'm
seems like it's
Flayenya
going to be awful
Amualusis,
hard.
and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you?
We can do some spear.
Well now, you're back again. And what's the... Was it the latest rumors you were looking for?
For a couple. And all right, then, at this point, it's time to sleep. We're basically... Yep, we're out of funds, so... And we're out of time. It's 4 a.m. We've got to get some sleep. We shall return to Caius. We'll go to sleep.
If you want something, now's the time to talk.
We're going to avoid that crazy guy like the plague. Just walk around him. And he should give us our next mission when we awake.
Ahead.
I have knowledge to share with you.
Oh, I'm too tired right now, guys. So you'll forgive me. It's all suddenly obvious to you. You just have to concentrate. All the energy and time you've wasted, it's a sin. But without the experience you've gained, taking risks, taking responsibility for failure, how could you have understood? So we're going to go personality, we're going to go endurance, and we're going to go ahead and give luck another point. Actually, you know, 42 personality is perfectly fine. My willpower shouldn't be back down to 27. I don't understand that at all. We'll have to look at that. But we're going to go 60 for... We'll go ahead and get 60 for strength. And then willpower should be... So we're thirsty, so do 37. Mentor's ring. Yeah, let's take off the Mentor's ring quickly. And willpower's at 25. Yeah, so willpower is really smarting. We are going to need to get willpower up. I thought we had done that, though. That's unfortunate. Well, regardless, we're as ready for the road as we can be.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want? We need an Ashlander informant. I have heard of a fellow in Aldrun named Hasur Zainsubani, an Ashlander who left the Wastes to become a wealthy trader. They say the Ashlanders like to give and receive presents. Take these 100 drakes. Find out what Zainsubani likes, and get him a gift. Then give him the gift and see if he will tell you about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. Then report back to me.
His name is Hasur Zainsubani?
Hasur Zainsubani is an Ashlander who left the Wastes to become a wealthy trader in Aldrun. I'm not sure where to find him, but I'd try the Aldskar Inn in Aldrun first. That's a more respectable place than the Rat in the Pot or the Council Club.
Fair enough. And you said this is an Aldrun? Tell me about this place.
To reach Aldrun from Balmora on foot, take the road north from Balmora to Caldera. Exit Caldera through the northwest gate. Though Aldrun is nearly due north as the racer flies, the road swings far to the west to avoid the ash wastes, curving around at last to the east, even southeast, before approaching Aldrun. It is a long trip through desolate lands and easy to get lost if you leave the road. Alternatively, pay for passage on a silt strider.
No, we'll take that road. That's fine. Now, you mentioned some blades that are there. So tell me about the blades that we're going to be experiencing. First would be Surain Leorian.
Mage Suran Leorian is in Caldera, the next town north. Her half-timber and stone house sits between the twin towers of the North Gate and the Governor's Hall.
Okay. And you also mentioned a Zvorvar Horsemouth.
Master-at-Arms Sjorvar Horsemouth lives in a Guar herder's hut in the middle of nowhere west of Caldera. I've only been there once and couldn't give you directions. Go look for him if you feel like a little hike.
I do. So we're going to do that. And last but not least, you mentioned Gildan.
Nightblade Gildan lives in Aldrun, the Redoran district seat north of here, beyond Caldera. Gildan is in the southeast corner of town, in a house to the right of the steps up to the temple.
Sounds good. We'll make haste.
What was that?
What, Outlander? Why do you disturb me?
How are we on bolts? 145. We're still absolutely fine. All right. Time to journey to Caldera. See what kind of adventures we can get up to. We're going to take our time with this playthrough, like I said. So we're not going to rush immediately to Aldrun. Even though we could, we're going to take our time. Ooh, that'd be a pretty landscape. But we're just going to take our time and kind of walk through the scenery, see if there's any dungeons we can find. Any quests we can get up to on the way. That's very pretty. Gotta tell you, this is a very pretty area. Oh, ambushed. That's not good. And that's why we carry cure disease potions right there. The little bugger bit us and gave us Witbane. It appears we have a little bit of a memorial here. That's kind of quaint. It's those little roadside details that I really love about this game. It's like it's not explained. There's no specifics behind it. Just a nice, tranquil little hill, and up at the top of the hill, there's a little roadside memorial for someone who passed away. We gotta love it. Another rat. This road seems to be loaded with vermin. Dodgy little one, isn't it? Just a pretty little path to the next village over. And we're almost there. Very pretty. Got stuck in the bushes. You love to see it. All right, we're starting to see the creatures and wildlife get a little larger this way. And more frequent. Shink's Shovel. Ruhn condemned Caldera. Caldera mining report. Blight and food shortages. Temple crackdown. Ebony exports strengthened troops. No work, it looks like. Good day, I'm Shink, publican of the Shink Shovel here in Caldera. We rent beds, and I have a limited selection of goods for barter. If you're new here, I can also tell you where to look for other services or a specific place nearby. If you're looking for someone in particular, I may be able to help. Also, if you're a bounty hunter, I was instructed to inform you on a job opportunity. Well now, let's hear about that. Indeed, House Lalu is concerned about some bandits. It wouldn't be a problem for them under normal circumstances. However, these bandits are dangerously close to Caldera Mine. They've occupied a cave called Kudanat to the west of Caldera near the road. I was asked to offer a generous reward for any mercenaries or bounty hunter who would take care of this problem for House Lalu. We are on it. Anything else going on in town?
There was some orc in town recently, running like a madman from the guards. I don't know what it was about, but it was funny to watch.
Okay. And tell me about this place. Why is it called Shink Shovel? Hey, chat, done killing space squids. Nice. So, is that Mass Effect, Moscow? It's quite the tale, but excuse me, I see a customer calling. Oh, he's not going to tell me the story of the pub name. Oh. Understood, sir. We'll go get on that bounty. Ah, Helldivers too. Okay. Great Waz also greeting Moscow Master, and then Moscow Master greeting Great Waz. You love to see the friendliness of the chat. First time to Caldera, Bogresh Grogashnog. It's a little piece of the Western Empire right here in Morrowind, and a prosperous little town thanks to the Caldera Mining Company. If I can be of help in any way, let me know. Looks almost too grand for Caldera. It's the Governor's Hall, I'm sure. Shink Shovel. You can find it by the South Gate. It's the only inn in town. Shink is the proprietor, naturally, now, if you'll excuse me. Yeah, the fort, yes, it's the Governor's Hall. It's very grand. Now, we need latest rumors. Anything happening?
So, Thraknolf the Craven, who is strong and tough, but not the brightest star in the sky, wanders into Shank's Shovel and drinks enough to choke a guar. Then he tells everyone about the loads of loot stashed in their cave and how the guards will never find it. And then he stumbles out of Shank's Shovel and wanders west of town, not paying any attention to me following along behind. And after a while, he ducks into this cave. Poor fellow. He will never learn.
So, Thraknolf the Craven, west of town. I wonder if that's the same cave we're heading to. If not, it's a good tip. So yeah, west of town.
The grave approaches.
Like, it honestly looks grander than New Ebonheart. Well, it's that Caldera Mine ebony money, right? They got a lot of that ebony money. That ebony dough. That ebony dough, yo. Well, you'd think that, Moscow, but the governor, Uldrol Helvi, is extremely corrupt individual, right? So that's been established. So I can see him squirreling away and using the proceeds to buy a big governor's mansion for himself. Good old Uldrol Helvi. And he's good at being corrupt. Rule 1, corruption, never buy a fancy house with the illegal money. That's fair. But I don't know. I think the Halalu are pretty well steeped in corruption, as is the Empire. I think if you're connected, I don't think
You
it
risk your
matters.
neck coming here.
What, sir, why are you naked?
Hail and well met, stranger. As ye can plainly see, I require some assistance if ye be kind enough to grant it. I need help finding the festering witch who has robbed me blind and left me for dead.
Oh boy, this ought to be good.
A witch she had to be. I was on my way to Caldera when I met her. She was a stranger here like myself, and our conversations lightened the burden of travel. She was quite friendly and, well, you know, we set up camp together. But that night she revealed the witch inside.
Friend, come
cast
on.
a spell on me. I couldn't so much as blink. Stole everything, even my worn-out clothes. But most importantly, she took my prized axe, Cloud Cleaver. Join with me, stranger, and let's find her and extract her entrails together.
There will be no entrails extracted today, but I will help you find her.
I knew you had the bloodlust in you, stranger. I believe she is still camped where I left her up to the northwest. Though I could be wrong, as the spell disoriented me a bit, it did. You know this area better than me. Lead the way. This witch shall rue the day she met Lormar Winesot.
Tell me about Cloud Cleaver.
Ah, me axe Cloud Cleaver. A fine blade she is, though now I fear what that witch's touch will do to it. Me own father Balmir used it himself to slay the terror of Hrothgar's quagmire, he did. Now granted, the terror turned out to be a newborn nixhound eating the neighbor's marshmarrow. But me father found him and slew him nevertheless, in as grand a fashion as I have ever borne witness to.
Gosh.
I cannot wait to have the blade in my hands again. Then I'll use it to take that witch's head clean off. I will.
I wonder about this guy.
I'm Lormar Winesot, barbarian.
And what do you do for a living, sir?
Makes me living as a fighter for hire, I do. Learned the way as a lad in the basement of every seedy bar in Windhelm. After me father's life was claimed by the Snow Elves, I had to provide for myself with odd mercenary jobs. I'm good with me fists, and better with me axe. I came to Vardenfell once it was open to search out some new fortune among these damn dark elves. Now look what's happened to me.
Well, let's go find her.
Onward, friend. We must find this witch before she moves again. I can feel Cloud Cleaver calling out to me to rescue it from the clutches of evil.
Well, let's get on with it. Wow, it didn't kill that rat. Nyx Hounds and Living Fulmer. I don't think this man has ever been to Skyrim. Yeah, that's not one, but that's two signs that this guy might be full of shit. That's pretty wild. He said northwest, he said. What is this dumpster fire I'm seeing that isn't Dragon's Dogma Online? You're in trouble. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. It's just a matter of I already have a streaming kind of schedule that I promised people I'd be streaming Morrowind this weekend, Phil. So it is what it is. But we will be definitely playing some Dragon's Dogma this week. Like, we're going to be doing that. Moscow says it's also a sign that maybe Todd made this quest. Could be. Could very well be. Mr. Todd Howard, not the most lore-concerned guy in the world. I gotta show you how to set it up, or will my video do you? I think your video explains it, but if I have any troubleshooting questions, I'll definitely I'll let you know for sure. But yeah, I probably will end up doing that Sunday or Monday, and then sometime this next week we'll play.
There you are, damn festering witch. Cloud Cleaver calls out to me to rescue it from the clutches of evil.
The only clutches I'm worried about are your wandering hands, Lormar. Winesot by name, Winesot by nature. I don't know what scuttle he's fed you, stranger. but I took this barbarian on in good faith as a guard to Caldera. Along the way, he was getting entirely too friendly for his own good, to the point where I actually had to cast a sleep spell on him. Just to teach him a lesson in manners, I stripped him and left him by the road.
Why did you take his clothes,
And
though?
yes, to be sure he didn't come after me for retribution, I took that cloud cleaver he's always fawning over.
Are you going to believe this trickster witch over an honest Nord, Outlander? Come, join battle with me, and we'll tear her entrails out together.
We're not killing somebody just because they took your axe and your clothes, dude. It's not happening. Like, I can see that we're about to have a confrontation here, so... This is not happening.
Hello there, stranger. I see you've already met my good friend Laura.
I have.
My name is Socia Caristiana, the healer. How can I be of assistance to the two of you?
Let's see. Gonna eat and play some games with a friend. Y'all have a good night. Remember to take a bath, because you stink. Sincerely, yours, Scallywag and Dildo Baggins. The stereotype that orcs stink needs to end. You are spreading lies. False, defamatory lies, sir. Not all orcs stink. Not all, not all, not all. Tell me about this, Holmar. What happened between you two?
Ha! A right funny story that one is. The true story, Outlander, is that I took Lormar on as a traveling companion for protection only for the road to Caldera. Along the way, he was getting entirely too friendly for his own good, to the point where I actually had to cast a sleep spell on him. Just to teach him a lesson in manners, I stripped him and left him by the road. And to be sure he didn't come after me for retribution, I took that cloud cleaver he's always fawning over as well.
Oh, goodness gracious. That was the mistake.
I have no more to say about that barbarian. Oh, I don't think he's ready to get it back quite yet. I can still see the rage burning in those tiny Nord eyes of his. However, if he meets me in 3 days at the Mages Guild Hall in Caldera, I will return everything I have of his, but not a minute sooner. Tell him that is Socia's offer.
Oh, boy.
You've heard my offer, and it will not change.
You're gonna... See, your bad decision-making has led to what's about to happen. And I can't say I'm super thrilled about it.
Seems a bit chilly today, doesn't it?
It does.
That she is. She must pay for what she's done to me. A fine axe it is, perhaps the best ever crafted. Well, I'll not be waiting another 3 days to have me bloody axe when it is in the hands of that damned witch. Are you going to help me, friend? Or are you believing the lies spilling out of that witch's face?
It's obvious what happened here. She shouldn't have stripped your clothes, friend. But... meet her in 3 days in the Mages Guild. We'll get this taken care of.
Then you will
You should
die
have picked an
alongside
easier
her.
opponent.
Well, I'll not be waiting another 3 days to have my bloody axe back when it is in the hands of that damned witch. Are you going to help me, friend, or are you believing the lies? Okay, well...
You should have
here we
picked
go.
an easier opponent. This is too easy.
Are you gonna help, lady? You caused this. Oh my god, yeah, this is gonna be a fun fight. He's pretty good with his hands. It's okay, you're done, dude. You're fucking done now. You're not gonna whittle me away before I kill you. You just won't. That won't happen, homie. Oh, no! That actually probably works out for the best, honestly. Oh, he fucking disarmed me. Oh, this
You should
is
have
not
picked
good.
an easier opponent.
Wow. Honestly, that probably worked out for the best. I'll be having my sword back. Well, one can't accuse him of being a coward, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I've got a mod that allows disarming for hand-to-hand, and he's a really good hand-to-hand combatant. I'll have to put that one in. I'll have to look up that one. I know which one it is. That one I will put in the mod description. But it's more trouble than it's worth half the time, I'll tell you guys. It's really cool. It's really cool. But the NPCs can use it against you too. Which you might argue is the way it should be. I would argue that I like to have anything in use. Like, I've got another one that adds their ability to use their racial powers. Basically, anything that you can use, I also like the NPCs to be able to use. And it makes for a tougher game, but it also makes for a cooler game. Wow, are we just gonna fail son our way to not get... Okay, there we go.
What can I do for you?
Ah, Holmar, you know that you caused this, right? In part with your actions afterwards. Completely acceptable to defend yourself and cast a sleep spell. Less defensible to steal his property and his clothes. Come on now.
I am sorry to hear he is dead, but he was a fool. Such is the way fools meet their end, and I will take Cloudcleaver to one who can handle its power.
Wow, and no shame whatsoever. Like, no sadness or...
Lormar's obsession with that axe led to his death. I'll leave it with someone who can use it well. I thank you for your help, stranger. I think that hothead would have killed me had you not intervened.
He would have.
Here, take these potions as my gift to you, and seek me out if you ever require my services in the future.
And thank you for the axe. I will ensure it's safe kept. Yeah, just a normal Nord axe, but I did give it a unique model in my game.
I haven't much time.
So we're using a couple of mods here. We're using Cloud Cleaver for good guys, and we're using one of the unique Cloud Cleaver. So, while not artifact worthy, anything that gets its own name, I feel like deserves its own mod. And look how nice and sexy that axe is. Alright, so we need to get back to bounty hunting. But yeah, he's really, really impressed with Cloud Cleaver. Like, he really thinks the world of it. I would like to at least complete the bounty hunting quest before and then we'll spend the night in Caldera. So the journey continues looking for Kudanat. They said west of Caldera. There's also the Thorkolf the Craven's cave. So we'll be on the lookout for a man named Thorolf the Craven as well. Oh, goodness. I don't have time to take on another task. We have to find the bounty. But sometime we will do that. Well, yeah, the Modathon, there's been a lot of really cool mod releases. Which one in particular are you talking about? Talking about the Didonaut mod? That's the one that caught my eye. Just because I love dungeon overhauls on the island. Can't get enough of them. I saw expanded loot, food, and drinks. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, allow you to gussy your house up a little bit. Yes, I did see that. So there's the Caldera Mine Road. So my hope There's our cave. I can't believe that the crossbow did not kill the worm. That's pretty sad. How is our conditioning on that crossbow? Yeah, it's starting to get a little badly conditioned. Okay. That kind of explains that. And, of course, let's go ahead and preempt the Cliff Racer attack. Man, this is becoming kind of useless. Not gonna lie. 3 shots for a Cliff Racer is pretty much not usable. Should be 2. I've got to get that fixed before we can really use the crossbow again. Gotta get it fixed. We shall take a breather outside Kudanat before we go in and seize our bounty. That'll give me time to bring something up here and check something. Wonder if you will offer any assets to Tamriel Data. There are surprisingly few assets in there that are complete meals. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. A lot of modders, work with Tamriel Data directly, and that would be awesome if they did, because some of that stuff does look really cool.
You can't escape me.
Right off the bat with a battle axe user? Darn!
You chose the wrong boss to mess with.
Oh boy, okay. Alright, these bandits are a little bit more prepared, aren't they? What is going on? What is going on here? I'm not that bad at swords. Wow! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was close. We're gonna duck out. We're gonna heal. What a bitch. Oh my god. This lady is fucking nuts. Holy hell, lady. Darn. Whoa. That is as fierce a battle coming into a cave as I've ever experienced.
You're growing weak.
Is this our friend Thorkall? These guys hit hard, man. These guys hit really hard. And he disarmed me again. See what I mean by it's honestly, I don't think the script is that great, to be honest.
I will bathe in your blood. You will die where you stand.
I am not this bad at weapons, man. Local orcs forget to buy healing potion, kills by crazed lunatic with axe. Well, fortunately, we can self-heal to an extent, but boy, these guys are... And yeah, here it was. This was Thrallcalf the Craven. This is the cave that our Argonian friend in Caldera was telling us about. See, because it shouldn't be happening for things outside of hand-to-hand, and it just did. And the script is, like, ridiculously permissive with what it allows. We might be in over our heads here. Look, even like a thief with like a short blade is super tanky in this cave. That's pretty funny. Probably need to get our berserk candy. So part of this. I think this is our part. We'll save, because we're having a hard time anyway.
You are a fool!
Surrender your life to me and I will end your pain.
This is why we like Berserk, baby. Let's go ahead and finish the dungeon now. Very quickly.
You in.
No! That fucker did. He hit me with the fucking strength sap spell. Oh no. Yeah, he hit me with the damage strength. That's why, friends. We always have to restore strength. That is why. Alright, well. I would say our job here is complete. Looks like we've got a slave key, so we do have some slaves to free. Yeah, local orc forgets to buy healing potions. Kills my Well, we ended up getting the best. We had to take a quick retreat to heal up, but let's free these slaves.
What do you ask, Master?
Boy, we just saved a lot of lives today.
Yes, honored guest.
Britt, what's going on? Welcome in. Sorry about last night. Fell asleep on everybody.
You have the key. Will you let me go free? You honor. Do you have the key?
I crashed out last night.
Key. Will you let me go free?
I didn't wake up till like 1 in the morning. I gotta get my sleep schedule back on track, man. How's your night been so far? It's been a long day for me. Yeah, it's been a good day. I've been pretty happy with the way the day's gone. I've got a steak coming, which is good. From one of my favorite steakhouses, a place called Mariah's. Absolutely delicious steakhouse. And it's coming to me, should be here around 8:30, 9-ish, so about another 45 minutes. Now it's time for the spoils of war. Food is always good. Not interested in spoiled potions or iron weapons. They just weigh you down. None of that interests me either. They didn't have much. And I don't feel like fucking around with the slaughtered fishes. So we're gonna head back to Caldera. This lady here, Thalion, their gate guard, true and worthy opponent. She was absolutely a worthy opponent. I gotta tell you, that skybox is almost too beautiful. It's almost too pretty. What a gorgeous skybox. That's another one that would be hard to give up when I go to OpenMW. Because they use the script extender to basically paint a sky for every day of the week for a year. Brooke says, went to visit my dead relatives in my hometown and here in Glasgow, Kentucky, where I live now. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that's always a heavy day, but you feel rewarded and good afterwards. So, but that's always a little bit of a heavy day emotionally, for sure. And we are going to spend the night boarding in Caldera. We'll probably see if there's anything else we can do, any other people we can assist while we're in town. I didn't see any work on the notice board, so we're probably good there. But we've got a lot of loot to sell. So that's a clothier. While we're here in town, we also need to see Serene Lorien as well.
No one will find.
So there's our trader, but let's get our bounty first. Always secure the bag before you do anything else. Hello, Shank. You mentioned that bounty hunter quest. Thank you for taking care of the bandits. Here's the reward which House Halalu promised. 500 gold, not a bad hour or so's work. Go see Serene. Actually, I want to see Halismod too. He's got some pretty OP equipment, to be honest.
This is Caldera, and my name is Urgula. Can I help you? Are you looking for someone in particular?
Potentially. For now, we just have wares we'd like to sell you. we're going to keep those probes. Those are useful. I think that's everything. Yes. Let's see if he has anything that I want. Imperial Steel Greaves, we got that really good shop from Halle's mod. So we're going to hold off on that for now. But I want to keep in mind that one right there, that Imperial Steel Greaves. We might be back for that. That leaves us with 1,300 gold. Our next stop is Serenely, Oregon. She's in the middle of town. There she is.
Welcome. Please don't be shy. I'm listening.
Welcome, Journeyman Bogress Grograshog. Serenely Orient is my name, Mage is my trade. I'd be happy to share a little advice or Morrowind lore with a fellow blade, or maybe you'd like to catch up on the latest rumors. So tell me about your blade's training.
Of course we can train you. You pay, of course, but much less than you would outside the blades. And may I suggest you find someone to teach you the Detect Enchantment spell? Whenever you're exploring, it's good to know where enchanted items are. Sometimes that's where dangerous enemies are, holding the enchanted items. And sometimes that shows items hidden from view in deep pools or on high ledges. See Lara Suvain, the Nightblade at the Caldera Governor's Hall.
Well, I appreciate
Yes,
that.
I offer training, but only to blades.
Tell me about your latest rumors. What do you know?
I'm keeping an eye on the Caldera Mining Company. We all think something fishy is going on, probably several somethings, but we haven't penetrated their operation. They're probably skimming cash or raw ebony or both, but we're not quite sure who they are. The company has tight security. Worried about the Redoran, who think they should own Caldera, and the Twin Lamps, who want to embarrass the company or help slaves escape.
I see. What do you know about Shink's shovel? There's a lot of rumors about Shink. Even we don't know much about his background. He's not a time-traveling danger plotting the downfall of the Caldera Mine Company. Honestly, did you ever hear anything as ridiculous as some of these stories? Well, that's about as much as I can tell you with certainty. And who do you know that's worthwhile in the town? A Khajiit by the name of Rishajir has been staying in Shink's shovel recently. There's something about him. He moves softer than most other Khajiit. He's also interested in the ebony mine, although he hides that well. Not sure what he's up to yet, but I do know he's not just a common traveling Khajiit like he pretends to be. Ah. Anything you want to tell me about the blades?
I'm a blade too, and I report to Caius like you. You're welcome to use my bed to rest, but leave my other stuff alone, please.
Well, I thank you for your time. So it looks like we'll have a free stay in her house, which is good. I do want to stop by this other shop quickly, though.
Keep moving.
We're going to do a little shopping. Welcome to Caldera, Bogress Grograshog. We're an Imperial town through and through, so how can I help you? So he's also got Imperial Greaves, a very popular item. How did it go with getting your Prime account fixed? They're working on it. They're trying to unfreeze the card. They don't know why it happened, they said, but they're trying to get it unfrozen. So it's nothing yet, sadly, but it's looking better. If we do anything tonight, it'll probably be some Cobra Kai again. Amulet of Mighty Blows, I think we're going to pick that up. That's a really good item. That is a really, really good item. For 30 gold, you can't really beat it. So now we got a couple of really good amulets. We got Mighty Blows, and we've also got... go ahead and put the belt of Nook on, why not? Go ahead and put Nuchius Ring on, why not? And then we can swap out between that and Burns Amulet. We got some really good stuff now. Starting to really, really pick up in terms of the equipment. Gem Feeder we can sell. We're going to keep the Divine Intervention. We're going to keep the Unhinging. We're going to keep Unnamed Book because I want to read that before we go to bed. Yeah, well, we might do some Cobra Kai tonight. That sounds like a plan, actually, to me as well. There we go. All right, and we need... So it is now, last time I want to go to Hollis Med Shop. This is one of the finest armorers in the area. Is that a woman over on a hill? We'll also go talk to her. But we'll do that in the morning. But why are you over on a hill at 9 p.m., madam? We'll have to find out what's going on with her.
This is Caldera, home of the Caldera Mining Company. Caldera is all about business, and business is good. So, what can I do for you?
So we're going to need some hammers here regardless. And yeah, see, anybody with Master's Armorer's Hammer is a good smith. This is a good smith, guys. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fix our equipment up, and then we'll take a peek on exactly what we want. I'm pretty happy with that.
What?
All right, so he's got Colovian Fur. He's got Imperial Silver, which I think is going to finally beat our Bone Mold. But let's take a look. Imperial Silver. Nope, it doesn't. Bone Mold is still better. Okay. Bone Mold is still better. Okay, there's not too much he can do for us then. 22 for chain. We've got 27 with Bone Mold. And then the Greaves, 21 versus 20. I'm not paying for that, and I'm not paying for that. We'll take some steel bolts. We'll top those off. I'm not giving you more than 180 for the bolts. There we are. And with that, we'll take our leave. Now we have free boarding with Serene, so we're going to take her up on that. Not kill Renor, we need Serene's home. She's got this little loft, which is cool. Oh no, it's not. No, don't. Oh, goodness. Well, that's that. We'll call it there for now. So I will see you guys later. Sometimes Morrowind just lets you know when, hey, sometimes you're done with Morrowind. Sometimes Morrowind just lets you know it's done with you. So, all right, guys. Well, you have a great one. Take care.